So in this video, I'm going to show you how to get Hermes Agent directly in your Excel spreadsheet. So while you're working, you can chat with your Hermes Agent, have it work on the spreadsheet, add, delete, edit, create charts, do analysis, and then it will retain all of the memories of this session afterwards. I'm also going to show you how to make Hermes itself a function so that you can just have it summarize different data for you in a cell, and you will have a summary right there. And there are many other different functions and uses for this. So I'm going to walk you through all of this, and I'm going to open source the code involved. So watch to the end for that. So this video is going to be all about Hermes Agent and Excel. Excel is still one of the most widely used softwares across different companies around the world. I myself use Excel almost every day to keep records of my own work. And it's really somewhere where integrations with LLMs and agents really shine. In today's video, I'm going to kind of show you how you can go even deeper to integrate Hermes Agent into Excel to help make your work and personal life a lot more efficient and robust. Let's get into it. And if you like this video, please consider supporting the channel by joining Team Garage, which will give you early access to videos, or Team Garage Max, where you will get exclusive videos each week, as well as many other perks. I'd like to continue providing as much free, valuable content as possible, as well as better experiments on different hardware. So these memberships will really make it possible. Okay, so I'm working in Hermes Desktop here. We'll be working in the app today since there's nothing here that we need for the CLI. So we're in a directory, and I said review the NFT Excel file in the Excel directory. So in this video, it's kind of an example. I'm using this old, very messy Excel file, the spreadsheet. I have a bunch of different records of different NFT and other activities. Very disorderly because I did this manually several years ago. So this will be a good example of trying to use AI to try to find order from these. So this is just a normal Excel file, and Hermes can read it. You can see on the bottom here, it just gave me some recommended fixes and some insights into the data. So I'm just going to give it a normal task to basically create a new tab consolidating all of these different collections. You can see these are all individual NFTs, but I just want one single line for every collection. So simple task, and because this workspace, this session, is inside the same directory that that file is in, it'll have access to it. So I'm saying, can you create a new tab called collections and synthesize all the P&Ls for each collection? So I want one line for each collection with the total P&L. So this is just to show you kind of like the baseline of what I imagine we're all used to doing, right? On a day-to-day basis, you can see the task nicely laid out here in the desktop app. Okay, you see the agent finished up. We're all done here. And if I look at the Excel sheet, next to my NFT one, I have collections, which has kind of a total aggregated P&L on each of the collections that I had during that year. So you can certainly use Hermes Agent like this, like you do with any kind of coding agent or LLM. But say I don't want to leave Excel, right? I'm working in it, I'm putting in information, I'm organizing my data. I don't want to leave Excel, but I still want to use my agent. Is that possible? Yes, and I'm going to show you how in this video. Okay, so there's two different ways we're going to do this, and I'll show you how to do these today. One is using the task pane to just basically have a chat with the agent inside of Excel. And then we're going to show custom functions where Hermes itself becomes a function. So for the first one, there are two endpoints. You've probably seen me do Hermes Proxy. I believe that was on the models video in the masterclass. So this only provides the model. There's no tools, no actual like agent, just the model itself. And that has certain purposes, but not for what we're going to be doing today. So instead, we're going to be using the API server. So this is the full agent, tools, memory, skills as an OpenAI endpoint. So here's the setup for it. It's not too difficult. You're going to find your env file for Hermes and just add these 3 lines. So you need to set API server enabled as true, and then a server key. Consider this a password. I'm just putting this as a placeholder. It obviously doesn't need to be this exact string, but some type of password, and then setting course origins as the local host. So you're going to set that in the env file, which if in Windows, check under app data in your user directory. You should usually find the Hermes folder in there. And in WSL, it's usually just from home, so it's easier to find. And app data may be hidden, so just keep that in mind. So then we open the Hermes Gateway API server. Let's do that. You see, I just did Hermes Gateway, starting up. If you want to double check that it's working, you can do this, the curl command with the localhost and then v1 health. And you can see we're okay. It's listening, it's working. Okay, and then add one more line here. And then I promise most of the preparation is done. This Caddy, there's different ways to do it, but I think the easiest way is going to be using Caddy reverse proxy from our localhost account to this HTTPS. And the reason is that Office add-ins, which is what we're going to be using for Excel, their HTTPS, calling this localhost is blocked. Okay, you can see the Caddy is proxying. You'll have to, if you don't have Caddy already, you're going to have to install it, but that just takes a minute. You can just tell your agent to do it. And now to make sure that everything's okay, you can do this curl.exe. You're going to have to do SSL no revoke, and then make sure it's the same command that we did before, just 8643 instead of 8642 over here. So then you can see we got the same thing, status okay. So we're all good to go there. So now we're going to work in Excel. And first of all, a task pane is just a web page, basically. So you got taskpane.html plus any JS, your chat UI served over HTTPS. The manifest, which is kind of like the glue, it's an XML file. And then side loading, because you need to register the manifest so Excel actually shows the button. If you were to do this, add a button, open this URL. Okay, so to build this add-in, we're going to need to upgrade the Caddy to inject auth. So this is going to be one file called Caddy file. And just make sure that the key here between the quotes is the same one that you wrote in the env file. Then just do Caddy run from whichever directory had that Caddy file. You can see it's using the adjacent Caddy file. And that gives us auth. Okay, so lastly, we just need the scaffolding to get this ready. You need to install this YO generator office. And this is what we need to create the add-in itself. Okay, so then you do YO office, and you get this little interactive menu. Welcome to the office add-in generator by Office Dev. Let's create a project together. This is how we're going to create the add-in. So we're going to go down to Excel custom functions using shared runtime is the one we need. We're going to use JavaScript. What are we going to name it? Like Hermes Excel. It could be any name, I guess. And there we go. This is the manifest like I was telling you about. It'll automatically create this. And it should create most of what we need for this to work properly. There we go. It was created. So we have to go to this directory, cd Hermes Excel, and then do npm start. And it automatically popped up. There we go. It automatically popped up in Excel, but it's going to pop up with this task pane. And this is what the pane is going to look like, just a normal kind of chat window. Okay, so this is going to be kind of the add-in itself that we're building. I'm having my agent build it. And I will open source all of this. I'll show you the repo at the end. So you don't have to rebuild this yourself. I'll open source this little file. Okay, so once that is built, you're going to do npm start again. And it should be working. So this is how it's going to look. This is a fresh sheet, but this is the Hermes on the side. You can see I wrote hello, just testing it out. I said, hello, how can I help you? So now I can ask it, I can chat with it like I would normally do in this nice little UI, or I can tell it to do stuff. So I say, for instance, can you enter 1 to 20 in each row in column B? Should be a simple task. So this is the approval, right? Because it's going to ask for approval to do any changes to the sheet. So say apply changes. And there we go. Very quick. You see it responded. Sure, I'll fill in column B, 1 through 20. So a bit of prep work, but once you have it, it's pretty nice to have here. So let's go back to my NFT sheet. Okay, so I just opened this, and to get access to your add-ins, right, they're up here. Give it approval, and then we have our task pane here. So then I can just manipulate this sheet and we give it a task. So I can ask it questions about the data. I'm saying, what are your top 3 insights from this collections tab? Okay, so the text is a little bit small. You may not be able to see this, but it's giving my insights here. The tab is net positive overall, which is true. Gains are highly concentrated in the top 3 winners, which was true. A few major losers materially offset the portfolio. So it can read this and then give insights like that. So I'm going back to this sheet, which is very messy. Can you generally clean up this spreadsheet? Okay, you can see it's proposing a bunch of different edits here. Apply changes. I'll apply a safe first cleanup pass, fix the obvious header typo, trim correct clear text typos, and repair the broken profit loss cells. So it did those changes. See, it has even more changes here to that first pass. Applied 45 different changes. So you can see it cleaned up a lot of the data. There was random stuff. It moved the dates back over here so it looks cleaner. It fixed all the broken reference formulas I had from moving this thing around all over the place. Okay, so I had to write up the top 5 winners and losers and all this data. So I'm going to select this, and then I'm going to say, can you add charts to visualize the collection data for the selected range? So it should be able to read just what I've selected here. Okay, you see it's going to add 4 charts, apply the changes. There we go. You'll have to move them a little bit, but see, these are all the different charts we have. P&L by source group, top 10 losers. So there you go. Very quickly, I was able to create charts based on this. So obviously, if you're very skilled at Excel, you know how to do this as well. But I think just having a simple chat interface is a pretty useful tool, just so you can talk to your bot here, talk to your agent. And the nice thing is this is back on the desktop. You could go down here on the API because we're using the API server, and you have all your sessions here. You see, this is the when I was asking it to do that cleanup on the spreadsheet. So you have it all here. It's all logged in. So you can see this is the same agent. It's not just like a random LM model call. And it was using skills, using different tools, obviously. And once you do the preparatory work, yeah, I would say it's pretty easy. Like I said, I'll open source my code for this. So you just plug it into your agent and you should be ready to go. So that's the task plane. It can read your selected range, like you said. It can write ranges, create sheets, apply formatting, and then it'll propose, but only touch the sheet when you're ready to go, which obviously will be important. That's the flow. We just saw that. And then the second thing I want to do is intelligence write in a cell to actually have Hermes become a function. So I've created this, and like I said, this is my code. You can adjust this however you like, but these are the 4 formulas I have. And these are all part of the same add-in. So Hermes.CLASSIFY, you can classify a certain cell. Lead quality is hot. Hermes.EXTRACT, extract a certain name, the company name. Hermes.SUMMARIZE, summarize the data. And Hermes formula help, which should give you the right formula for a certain cell. Let's take a look at this. So in this cell, I did a Hermes.SUMMARIZE, and then I did these listings for Caddy, these NFTs. And you can see it does take a second, obviously, because Hermes is working, it's thinking. So Caddy has 14 records across 4 dates, mostly negative outcomes. So this gave you a summary of that data, very simple. And say I want to change this, right? Let's do, I can do equals Hermes. You can see these are the different formulas that we have. Summarize, and then the values. Let's do these from ABC, if you remember that. So it'll go to busy like this. It'll take a second, but let's wait for it to think and produce the answer. Okay, see it came out. Text wrap, so you can see it better here. Laser eyes shows the largest spread, while green doge is nearly flat. You can see these are based on the names over here, compared to the other ABC entries. So that's your kind of summarization of that little data. And this works in real time, so you have data that is constantly changing. This will change as well. So let's say I just delete this entry. The one for the green doge. You can see it's already thinking, that little icon there. So it's going to reformat this in a second and give a different answer. There we go. So it changed the answer. Laser eyes and bat wings show the strongest performance, while green doge is incomplete. It's incomplete because I just deleted the cells. But you can see how it changes. Now, obviously, this you want to be a little bit careful like this, because if you have this with a cell or any kind of cell that changes rapidly, every single time is going to be a call to your agent. So you want to be careful about that. So I'll show you one more. This is Hermes.CLASSIFY. So this is, you give it a value, which is the first one, and then you give it a couple different categories you can classify. I'm going to try to do this. This is the P&L cell. Okay, so you see it's working. So you make sure you have the instructions in quotes. So you can see this one, it called a big loss. Now I can scroll this down a little bit. You see they're all busy having the agents work. So this is another way you can kind of use it easily. These are all, you see got one win. The rest are big losses. Let's put it down because these are all, most of these are losses. You can now see these are different agents. Well, it's the same agent, but working on different ones. So it's able to classify each of these P&L. So big loss, loss, win, big win. So that could be a pretty useful function as well. So this is a pretty simple use case. You might not need an LLM, but more complex data, larger cells that requires more reasoning skills. I think having a model in the loop, an agent in the loop could be really helpful. And then this is all the same agent. So like I opened up a different Hermes project. I asked what tasks were I giving you in Excel with the API server. And you can see, even though we're in a completely separate directory, different session, the agent has the memory because all the memories go through as Hermes would normally. So it has all the prompts I gave it, what it did. So it's all connected to the same agent. So these functions are really great for, like I showed you, classification, summarization, formula help, stuff like that. You never want to have it like trying to write to other cells besides the one that it's in. That'll end up just with infinite loops, which are a little bit dangerous, like I was telling you. The other little caveat is that you're going to need a cache. This is built in, but just to make sure that for the same request, you just use a cache reply instead of having the agent work. So by rule, just make sure you don't have a volatile Hermes function. Try to keep it fairly simple, but I think you've seen how useful it can be. So there you have it. We did the task plane. I showed you that. Showed you functions with Hermes Agent, and then how you set it up, connect it all with the API server. And like it says down here, Copilot is Microsoft rules. You can hook it up with GBT or Claude, but I think we're all understanding the importance now of having control of our own AI and our own agents right now. So integrating Hermes Agent into something like this, I think could be quite useful. And I know the code was a little bit confusing, but I have it all here. This is Tombi Studio / Hermes Office on GitHub. This is all open sourced. It has the code here inside the Excel folder that you need. Just hand this to your agent. You might need to adjust it a little bit because this was specifically built for Windows and a Windows agent. But it has most of what you would need here and instructions to your agent to get it all set up. So that's going to be the end of this video. Please let me know if you like this. I'd be interested in doing more kind of integrations with Office software that I know a lot of people use day to day for their work. There's different automations as well, automation workflows you can use with Hermes. But just for this video, I wanted to show you this. But yeah, subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.